Where in the hell did I go wrong with you, boy? I told you to stay away from that damn place.
So your character is a closeted gay Black man, and this is not the first time you've had to approach that role, but maybe the first time you've done it in the 50s. How did you approach sort of like what it was like to be closeted and Black at that time? And did you talk to anyone or read any source material or anything in preparation?
No. I didn't make his sexuality the thing that I went after. It was the fact that he never had a chance to identify anything. Like I by the time we meet Montrose, he is so traumatized. He survived a massacre that took place in Tulsa. He moves to the south side of Chicago, which is, like moving into a war zone within itself. And he's doing this through Jim Crow, during the Jim Crow era. By the time we meet him, he's been so beaten into a box. He's been so told how to feel and what the definition of Black masculinity or Black sexuality. I don't think he really had a chance to define any which way. Thank God he had a friend and his wife who accepted him in his bewilderment or in his quest to explore himself. Thank God he probably would have, committed suicide. But that's the aspect that I played him from. What is this man, like the self-hatred that must bring, not being able to even explore what I might want to be, and being told I have to be this way. This is what a man becomes a father. He has a son, not just children. A man has a son. He says that, So yeah. That's the aspect. I more or less dove into that. I unpacked that in regards to how I approach his sexuality.
So what we're seeing at the end of the episode, is that him, without giving too much away, is that him just being like, I fully embrace who I am and or is he still gonna sort of keep things a secret? Or does he not know who he is?
He doesn't know. I think what he was feeling in that room, in that clubhouse, in that ballroom, was unjudgmental love. I think that's probably the first time he felt unjudged and just loved and given a space to be a kid, to run free. Montrose was very soft growing up. He was very, very fragile, and he was abused by his dad. So that demeanor that we see him when he's battered. He's very traumatized. And so he's not given the space to explore who he is. So I think when you see him let go or let down his guard, he's going back to the little boy in him that was so severely scarred and thrown into this box. He let that kid out. And we see that's really what I saw in that scene for him.
When we meet Montrose, he is bursting out of the ground, from his favorite book. What do you think that tells us about his character, about just who he is?
Well, the fact that he even, he decided to go and investigate or find the magic in the family, the dark magic, it said a lot. It was a turning point for him. He was always the one that said, let that go. I think he felt he was losing his son because, Tit goes to the army to get away from him. And I believe he looked at this as a way of a reconciliation with his son. Like, and it's also controlling, because all the years that Tit said he wanted to find out who Mama was, who Mama's family was. Dad said no. All of a sudden Montrose says it's okay, and I'll get back to you and let you know, the family legacy. And so when they come to get him, because he obviously got caught, he's in trouble, his reaction to seeing them, it was a little heartbreaking for me because, to see the reaction that Tig had. He broke Tig's heart to yell at him like that. They risked, heaven and earth to come find his father, and the first thing he says was, "What the hell did you come here for?" That was a bit heartbreaking for me, but it let me know right then and there what I was up against with this guy. He was damaged.
Yeah, and so much what he does is, I mean, like at the end of episode 4 and other times is in service of protecting his son. But like, there's also part of me that's like, Montrose seems to think that they can just walk away from this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I burned the book, this woman's dead, like the end. But it doesn't seem that that's necessarily going to be the case. And I wonder sort of where that comes from. Yeah.
Tick won't let it go. On this quest, what Montrose realizes, which is said is also in the dialogue, I don't think you should go anymore. But if, you know, because I've seen enough. I went there, I've seen enough. This shit is really dangerous, and I don't think you should go with. But when he sees his son has made the choice as a man to say, okay, Dad, I heard you, but I'm a man. I'm going to go do this on my own. He realized that he's forced to go with because he doesn't want anything to happen.
I'm doing this to protect us. You can't win this game they setting up for you to play. This is our family story.